Sit down and try to relax. I want to see Barbara Ryan, and I want to see her now.
Lieutenant, Mr. Munson, Dr. Hughes will be out soon. He'll answer any questions.
That's what you've been telling me for the last hour. They won't let me see Barbara, Jack.
How's she doing? The air said they moved her up here.
Yeah, to the burn unit. She's still unconscious. Why won't they let me see her, Jack? They won't let me in there.
All right. Take it easy later, all right? Right now, the best thing you can do for Barbara is stay out of her doctor's way. Let them do their job.
And why won't you do yours? I can't do mine. I'm a mister now, as she just reminded me, but you're a cop. So get back on the job. Whatever you do, don't get sucked into letting Margo take you off this case. She is Craig's sister first, chief of detectives second. So get on it. The man who almost killed Barbara is getting away. Move it! I gotta find Bob Hughes.
Has there been any change?
She's feeling just doesn't look good.
Who could have done this, Jack?
Well, if you ask Hal, there's only one person. Why'd you take off earlier? Jason done something to do with this case?
Well, I thought I was chasing down the person who planted that bomb. But unfortunately, my suspect has an airtight alibi.
You went to see Craig?
No. Julia.
How could she have managed that?
I don't know. I just wanted to see her. I wanted to see if there was any way she could have left the hospital.
Her Barbara? Why?
I don't know. It was a feeling I had, okay? I know it was a long shot. But obviously, Julia is not a poster child for rational behavior, right? And you said yourself, the last time you saw her, she completely flipped out. So I thought she was trying to hurt you, and Barbara just got caught in it by accident.
So you went to the psych ward. Did they let you see her?
Eventually. I wanted to know where she was when the explosion happened.
And?
One of the orderlies said that he had taken her down to get her bandages on her wrists changed. And then he took her to the cafeteria. He said he was with her the whole time, so there's no way she could have gone anywhere. And when I told her what happened, she seemed truly stunned.
Jack, the uniform on site phoned me with the report. I need details. What happened here?
Barbara called me. She said she wanted to meet somewhere private. I suggested the Boathouse, and when I got there, she was waiting inside, and the place exploded. Margo, now she's barely hanging on in the burn unit.
Well, why? Why would Barbara want to meet with you?
It was... Hal, did they let you see her?
Not yet. All they're telling me is they're working on her, that's all.
Hal, I am so sorry. I wish that there was something I could say or do.
I don't want your sympathy, Margo. All I want is for you to tell me what you're gonna do about this.
I have forensics on site gathering samples. If the components were purchased in this country, we'll track down who the buyer is. Hal, I swear to you, I will nail whoever did this.
Whoever did this? Save the taxpayers' money. You don't need a lab to see whose fingerprints are all over this mess. They're your brothers. You think I'm obsessed, don't you? All right, I'll tell you what we're gonna do. You're gonna talk to somebody who isn't obsessed. You don't have to take my word for it. Go on, tell her, Jack. Tell her how Barbara was so scared that she called you tonight and she begged you to meet with her because she was so terrified of what Montgomery had done to her. Tell her.
Jack, is that true?
Barbara did call me, scared. Said she wanted a cop to talk to.
She specifically said she wanted to talk about Craig.
Yeah. She just discovered that he'd been secretly taking money out of her business account.
Well, even to an ex-cop, it's pretty clear what went down here. Barbara caught Craig stealing her blind. He didn't want to go to jail, so he decided to shut her up permanently. It worked with his old friend May Lynn, but it's not going to work this time. This time, he's going to pay.
Hal, the last time you publicly harangued Craig, it cost you your job. It's just not a good idea to accuse people without proof.
Were you listening to a single word that Jack said tonight? Barbara wanted to talk to Jack about money that Montgomery was stealing from her. She was scared.
It's not proof, Hal. It's circumstantial evidence. There was a time when you knew the difference between the two.
It doesn't change the fact that there is enough of it to lock Montgomery up tonight. You have motive and opportunity. What more do you want?
I need you to back off. I need you to remember that you're no longer part of the force. I need you to let me do my job, Hal. My brother, along with everybody else in this country, is innocent until proven guilty.
Well, then you prove him guilty. You do whatever you have to. You get Jack down to that boathouse, and you get whatever evidence you need.
I will conduct a thorough and complete investigation, and when I have cold, hard evidence, I will put out a warrant for the arrest of whoever it was that planted that bomb. Even if that person is my brother.
If that person is your brother. You let me tell you something, Margo. I saw Barbara at that memorial service, and I saw how scared she was. Jack talked to her, and he heard how scared she was. And the person that had her quaking in her boots was none other than your brother, Mr. Craig Montgomery. You want evidence? Why don't you go look at the burns on her face?
Hal, I'm gonna go talk to Craig.
Bring the handcuffs.
Tell Jack I'll get his report later.
Al?
Ben, how is she? Any change?
Well, she's stabilized, but it's touch and go. I wish I had better news for you. The entire burn unit is working on her, and they're some of the best in the country.
I want to know everything.
Barbara's on a ventilator. With severe burns, there's more involved than just the skin. She had a cardiac arrest at the site, so we're watching that very closely.
Ben, you're a neurologist. Why does she need a neurologist? Is there something wrong with her brain?
There's a small clot, nothing to indicate surgery. Keeping a close eye on her. But right now, treating her burns and the resulting shock, that's a critical priority.
Please, I'm going out of my mind. I have to see her.
Not yet. She has third-degree burns over most of her face and head. We have to follow protocol. We have to protect against any infection.
She's gonna die.
I'm not going to lie to you, Hal. Barbara's condition is critical.